No arcade would be complete without Galaga, everybody. I mean, come on, really? So you can see right there. And if I'm not mistaken, I don't know if that is Steve Beebe who actually did get the high score there. I'm curious to know. But anyway, there you go. And this is a really cool machine here from Bally. 1955, this Deluxe Jumbo Bowler. Now you can see here, you can actually pick up to 6 players. But what's cool about this is, see, this would be your bowling ball, but the pins are actually kind of suspended. So depending on, you know, if it goes through here, and depending on where, the pins will get knocked down. I'll give you an example here. Let me just lay it down this way, people, and show you how it works. Just a little example right there of how this machine works. It's definitely cool. You gotta check it out. And of course, over here, way in the back, is 1971's Midway Sea Rescue. So I'll show you some of the controls right here. It's basically a helicopter. You can be rescuing people. And I do apologize that you can't see too much in here due to the back glass. But yeah, it's definitely a really cool game. You can see right here. Oh, I'm sorry, you can't see too well. But that's some of the play field right there, people. So you can see here, everybody, this is Challenger from Gottlieb. And just think of this as Red Rover. I know I covered this over at the Pinball Hall of Fame in Las Vegas. Basically, this table will not only go one way, it will also kind of teeter over to the other way. So the object is basically you have to get it right in the middle. You see what it switches over. And next off here, people, is Centaur from Bally from 1981. Some amazing backlash here. I'm sorry that the glare is kind of killing it, but you can see some of the artwork here on the table is amazing. And next off here, you have Medusa from Bally from 1981. And next off here, people, is Xenon. And I remember seeing this once or twice when I was younger, but don't remember too much of this game. And like I said, I do apologize for the backlash here, people. Can't really do that much about it. But you can see one of the unique things here on this one ram, it's got like a little tube that will just go right over to the next chamber here. And you got a play on funny backlash here. You got Nip It from Bally from 1973. Very simplistic game, but very fun. Of course, you got a awesome game here from 1972 from Bally, and that is Fireball. Very comic bookish, especially how some of the artwork here is on the playfield. And of course here you got Captain Fantastic, and please, I know for a fact this is made for Elton John, as you can see right there. Very good, a lot of mirror style to the back glass. Of course, this is some of the play field here. And of course, any pinball place like this would have to have, you know, the Wizard from Bally in 1975. If you are a Who fan, you definitely know this game for sure. And just like this came out back in '75. This is a classic game. You know, if you're a true pinball aficionado, you definitely got to you know, get a crack at this game here. And next up here from 1977, we got Gottlieb's Fire Queen. Next up, we have two very classic machines that have no explanation, really. And from '81, you got Ms. Pac-Man, and of course, in 1978, you have Super Breakout. And this game, I can tell you, is super unrelenting. You can see how small the bat is on this sucker. And I'll show you some of the side work here, some of the side art's really cool. Now, next off here, we have Medieval Madness from Williams in 1997. Now this is one game here, people, that I definitely got to talk about. It's a really rare table. I haven't really seen it that much at all. This will be the first time I'm looking at it. Now this came out back in 1967 for a very, very famous band at the time, and if you don't know who that is the Beatles, but this is called Beat Time. Now, for those who didn't know, last month, Sid Bernstein, who was a promoter for the Beatles concert in '65, recently passed. That was just a little side note there, and it was their first stadium concert ever. And this is, like I said, a very unique, very well designed playfield here. Very simplistic, but definitely very challenging as well. And of course, here from '79, you have Blue Note. You see here, you got the Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Ti, Do notes right there. So you can match all those up. And next off here from 1972, we have Big Star from Williams. Show you some of the back glass here. And of course, from 1976, you have Aladdin's Castle. And from 1964, you have Happy Clown from Gottlieb. And some of that back glass there is actually very unique, as you have a clown that actually moves within the back glass. And next off here, people, you have Pleasure Isle from Gottlieb back in 1965. And over here, you have Jumping Jack from Gottlieb, released in 1973. And one game that definitely a lot of people do talk about, which is a classic, and it's one of those old school electromechanical pinball machines, and that is Matahari from Bally, and this came out back in 1978. Definitely a classic playfield pinball game that you have to check out. And of course, to go back to the way back machine here in 1965, and this is Cowpoke from Gottlieb. And definitely an unusual playfield, to say the least. So here, everybody, you have Magic Town from Williams in 1967. Definitely a very weird playfield, as you can see that one of the these are actually down all the way down here. The flippers are a lot wider compared to most pinball machines. And of course, here you have Doodlebug from Williams in 1971. And of course, from 1974, you have Williams Space Lab. And over here, you have Midway's Slugger. And this one came out back in '63. And very self-explanatory. See here, the ball will just pop out here. Basically, you have to hit the ball. Make sure you do not get that out. And next off here, people, from 1965, you have Bally's Alpine Club. And next off, you have Wingding from Williams from 1964. And of course, you have Kingpin from Bally. Oh, sorry, Bally Williams. Sorry about that. And yeah, this is a really cool take on bowling meets pinball. Basically, you have to get that score. See some of the detail here on the machine itself. Still some great artwork here, for being almost over 50 years old. And continuing with the sports theme, you actually have soccer. Yes, soccer meets pinball. Of course, saw one of the machines back there kind of also is the same deal. And this came out back in 1964 from Williams. And one more from Williams here is Beat the Clock. This came out in 1963. And you actually have not one, not two, but 4 flippers on this machine itself.